According to trusted sources, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10's camera won't be all that, but we should look forward to the S11. Huawei has trademarked another OS name despite claiming that Hongmeng isn't really for phones, and if you want a new MacBook Air, it seems that it got cheaper at the expense of something extremely important. I'm Jaime Rivera, and it's Prime Day number 2. The problem is I can't get away from Amazon, and all I see are micro SD cards that I don't use anymore, but we've got other deals we've cherry-picked. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. Yes, it is Amazon Prime Day 2, pretty much your last day to take advantage. And we've got a few, starting with smart speakers. Amazon currently has up to 60% discounts on their own Echoes, including the Echo Show for $50 and the Echo Dot for $22. That Echo Show particularly is the one I'm looking at. And obviously, competitors have brought their own sort of Prime Day. Like, for example, if you go to Walmart, the Google Home Mini is half off at $25. The Nest Hub is for $79, which pretty much saves you another $70. And obviously we also have deals for Philips Hue, which I am interested. I use them a lot, in addition to iRobot and others that you can find more in the description. Now let's talk some more about the ASUS ROG phone. Yesterday we saw the teaser from the company. Today we get leaks of the device. The ROG one was not necessarily my favorite phone when it came to design, but this new one surely doesn't follow the current trends that we've seen with minimal bezels. Now, we've got bezels here, they're just a lot smaller than what we saw in the ROG one. And then we've got leaks of the settings for the display where we see options for 60, 90 Hz, and 120. We still don't know if this is an OLED, but set your calendars for July 23rd. This is definitely a phone that I'm looking forward to. And alright, speaking of July 23rd, let's talk about Honor and the 9X, and yes, 9X Pro. We've got new leaks of what is coming, and alright, usually we've covered Honor 9, 8s, or 7s because they're so affordable for everything that you get, but now this is going even up an extra notch, and pun intended, mainly because, well, apparently there's a pop-up camera. There seems to be a 48 megapixel camera sensor. There seems to be a possibility of a triple camera as well, where one of them is a depth sensor and then the other is an 8 megapixel camera. I mean, again, usually this is a $200 phone, so for $200 you get a 48 megapixel camera. That's crazy. Stay tuned again, July 23rd. We'll be keeping you posted on what we get. And how about if we move the spotlight over to Apple? There's been a lot of fanfare over the new entry-level MacBook Pro 13-inch model because it is so powerful regardless of the $1,200 price tag. Think about it as you saw that the MacBook Airs dropped in price to pretty much $1,000. So here's the thing, what Apple did not tell us, and I know we had a whole video of everything that Apple didn't tell us, but now it seems that there's more. Apparently this MacBook Air has become affordable because it's not as fast. It seems that after some benchmarks, the solid-state drive on this MacBook Air is up to 35% slower than even the base model of the previous generation of the MacBook Air. Meaning that, sure, you're going to save $200, but if I had to recommend a product to buy right now, it would definitely be that 13-inch entry-level MacBook Pro and not the new entry-level MacBook Air. I mean, come on, 35% slower is a huge hit, and surely if all you do is write text and, do Word documents and stuff, then sure, you're fine with that MacBook Air. You could go for that, but if you're looking for a more powerful investment, I'd go for the other one instead. That's sad to hear that they're doing that, damn. And now let's talk about Huawei. Yesterday, there was a lot of controversy over the future of Hongmeng OS. Obviously, the company had pretty much admitted that they designed this for IoT and not for smartphones. So the question is, what's next? Obviously, what if it's not Hongmeng? What if it's the fact that the company has just trademarked the name Harmony OS in Europe? And man, we've got so many names right now. Oak OS, Arc OS, Harmony, Hongmeng. Whatever the case may be, obviously, Huawei needs an alternative to Android. We're not exactly sure if this is going to be it. It could be that the company doesn't need an alternative, that they've figured things out and we just don't know what negotiations have happened. The thing about it is, yes, Harmony OS, apparently that's an option. We'll keep you posted as well on that. And finally, the hottest news today have to do with the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and what to expect. First of all, we've been hearing rumors that there might be some production delays, which most likely will mean that it'll be scarce whenever it launches. That's one of the things that we've been hearing. But now we've got Ice Universe talking about the camera. This is the first time that we hear rumors about it. For those of you that are waiting for major differences with cameras, I mean, we've been seeing 48 megapixel sensors. There's even a Samsung ISOCELL sensor, but apparently, no. We're getting the exact same primary sensor on the Galaxy Note 10 as we get on the Galaxy S10. And that's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing. So we could expect some technical improvements from what we hear, which is great, but apparently this is going to be the end of a generation. So for those of you that are looking for great photography, apparently it's going to be the Galaxy S11, but we don't know exactly what we're getting on the S11. All we know is that this is going to be the end of the 1.4 micron cameras from Samsung when it comes to their flagship. So expect something great on the S11. Don't expect much of a change on the Galaxy Note 10, which again is not necessarily a bad thing. The camera on the Galaxy S10 wasn't bad at all. On the contrary, it was a great camera. We did a whole video on Montserrat on that. And for those of you that are wondering what operating system are we getting here, we're not exactly sure if we're getting Android Q, but what we do hear is that we will be getting a revamp to One UI to version 2 whenever Android Q launches. So it could be that it comes with the Note, or it could that it not. We're not exactly sure. We hear that the Galaxy S11 is going to be debuting One UI 2.1. So this is apparently the roadmap. So it's great to hear that there are some changes coming to the Note 11. Well, Note 10, sorry about that. But anyways, in today's question, let us know, what do you think? Do you think that it's a good strategy for Samsung to continue with another 12 megapixel camera on its phone, variable aperture, or do you think that it should jump on the 48 megapixel bandwagon? In my case, I'll tell you this much. The problem is that right now, the only phones that I feel are doing a great job with that 48 megapixel sensor are Huawei. And it's not even a 48 megapixel, that's a 40 megapixel Sony sensor as well. So I feel that other companies that are currently using it are not doing the best work. Probably Oppo with the Reno, that's the exception. But I even feel that OnePlus is doing a good job, but it could do better. So I think that it's great for Samsung to wait another year and perfect the technology before they launch something that's not necessarily great. But leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know what you think. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram. You can follow my personal handles for my coverage as well. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.